Well, hello there. Just got myself all worked up on a topic and went down a rabbit hole. So, yeah. Don't know what that's gonna pull out. I don't know what I'm gonna pull out of that video, but I basically got a lot of things sorted out in my head, and I figured I needed to talk them. Usually when I have videos like this, I've already probably recorded 2 or 3 times. Thankfully, it's only been one, but I can tell that video is probably 20 minutes long. Hopefully this one's not going to turn out that long. Anyways, today I am going to talk about, over the past little while, why I consider myself radically progressive or fanatically progressive, and the concept of novelty. Now, I'm not really talking about... Novelty is a term, and it's used off the term novel. Like when we had last year, when everyone was talking about the novel coronavirus. By the way, it's currently March 3rd, and in 13 days, I will have the first day of lockdown anniversary, which is not an anniversary anybody wanted to have, at least still being within lockdowns. And because of the pandemic, and because of various a couple comments I got this morning, and then a long... emotionally excitation event that happened this morning. Emotional Excitation Event. Triple E. So, what did I mean by novelty? Well, it means new. That's the novel coronavirus was new coronavirus, not because there are other one of those. When I say novelty, I mean things that are new. How does this work within radical or fanatical progressive? And when I mean progressive, I just mean moving forward. Almost the opposite of stagnation. Any movement is good for me, but I see a lot of people waiting for someone else to get something done. But like I can't run your sprints for you. You gotta do them. In terms of what I mean by novelty is that the pandemic hasn't really given a lot of people novelty. There hasn't been something that we can all say, hey, this is new, let me share this with you. Because you talk to someone and they're just as bored as you. They have nothing to share because nothing new has happened. It's just, people say same old, same old. And even if it's just the little things. And that's what I try to do here on this channel. I understand that for some reason someone came onto the channel and they're like, yeah, you're a football player. Yeah. And I have a suit-up video. And this goes down to the general idea, back to the novel thing. And I'm going a little bit ADD here because I'm excited. A little neurotic right now. I like to make novel content. New content. Not like crazy new styles of content, but like I want to bring something new to you guys that is from my life. I am not going to do a suit-up video for the same uniform I've had for a year. You should guys really do this again. Those are really popular. Well, the first one's really popular, the second one not so much, and the third one is like half of that. Because we got a 1.3 million view video, a 256,000 view video, and a 113,000 video. And then I got a bunch of others that are down in like the 50 to 10Ks. I've looked at the analytics. I don't know. And while that's relatively good, and other than what people want for weird reasons, but like doing a suit-up video of my practice uniform is not good. That's why when I buy new gear, I bring it up to you guys. What's in your bag for this season? Same shit as last year? Go watch last year's video. I haven't changed. I guarantee you when I get something new, I tell you guys about it. And I make comparisons with my old shoulder pads and my new shoulder pads. When I got the new girdle, look at the old girdle. You can see why this one is broken. But there isn't a lot of novelty right now. And like I said, I'm not going to do the same thing over and over on this channel because people don't go back and look at the archive of stuff that I have. Footwork. Let's talk about that most recent comment this morning. Do you want to prove that I'm doing it right now? Does my word not say anything? The fact that I do I come in here in the room and sometimes vlog and do my workouts on that side of the bed because we don't have much room in here. And that room's full of storage, and I'm not going to do fitness stuff next to Aaron while he's trying to do video calls. So, I go out and I do stuff, but the gyms are closed and there's not many outdoor fitness areas that aren't being used as monkey bars by children. Even if I try to get them off, they don't understand because they're 6, they're 8, they don't understand English. But it's like, do you want me to prove by videoing everything that I do? Like, oh no, I just want to know some footwork to do. I have videos. I have like 10 solid videos. How many videos are in that playlist? Now that I think about that. Like, I didn't even bring this up on the last time. Where, YouTube, your channel, that's fine. My playlists, down there, what do we got? What is this? Football skills, Dashric, 18 videos. Basic football player tools. Every football player should be warming up like this. Ladder drills for beginners. 20 ladder drills for football players. DB and LB cone drills. DB route defense basics. That's just because I was trying to be a corner at some point. Long snapping basics. Failure punt. That's just a comedy video on top of that. Anything on there. Football emotional skills. That, I don't know why I made that video, but it's there and I'm leaving it in there. Tips to get off the bench. Things I was trying to do myself to get off the bench that I saw were relatively successful as I did them. Secrets to NCAA football recruitment. Willie went to D1 college. He went from high school to D1 college, and there are things nobody tells you about recruitment stuff. That's in there too. What is your why? That's a motivational video. Linebacker book review. I still read that thing. It's out in the thing. I don't want to be stuck in the room all day, so I just sit on the couch and I read my linebacker book. Explosion drills for football speed. That was mostly Willie helping explain for running backs and wide receivers. That was interesting. Day in the life of football players. I just randomly filmed things of Willie and I doing drills for stuff. And yeah. And then I have how-to linebacker, 5 basic tips for linebackers and strength training for linebackers and what you should be doing. I've got 18 videos of things. What more are you looking for? But, again, nobody really offers up suggestions. And there we go back to the progressive thing. I like change. I like moving forward, but people tend to just sort of sit back and let someone else do something, think up the ideas and do things for them. I'm not going to run your sprints for you. I'm going to do my life and I'm going to show you novel things like riding the bike all the way out to those dang wind turbines and showing you just how cool they are. Oh, they're not really all that cool. That's fine, you're one viewer. I bet Matt Peterborg and Zachary both were like, wow, those are really cool. Like, to get that close to wind turbines. And the fact that I went 30 kilometers on the bike. I'm here to show novel things. Yeah, I've walked to Sterk a couple times, but I also remember which things that I've shown and which things are new, and seeing Amsterdam in a frozen landscape was definitely new, even though I'd walked that same path before, And then I didn't show you guys much when I walked that same exact path while I was testing out the Fitbit. But at least I brought up ideas in my head that were new about the Dutch and the fact that many of them do not use contractions and they really can't sell you on anything. But that's the idea. It's novelty. I'm trying to get you guys to see new things, to new ideas, and that staying stagnant, much like in a poem, there's this little it's something. I don't know literature stuff. I studied science. Success leads to stagnation. Stagnation leads to failure. Failure leads to maturity. Maturity leads to success. It's a cycle. So what I'm trying to do is prevent success by constantly having a state of maturity so that there's constant growth. But occasionally, failure happens. But you learn from that, and then you get better. But then you get good, and everything stagnates. That's not really, the cycle is relatively there if you guys see it. I don't want to stagnate, because the same thing over and over is exactly what everybody's been getting for this last pandemic. It's the same thing, day in and day out. Wake up, put on something in case someone's peeking through at your apartment, put on some semblance of clothing, deal with the fact that you're not really able to go outside because it's either winter, horrific summer, raining, or you're in total lockdown and you can't even leave your house or go even within 1 kilometer. The only reason you can go out is thinking you have to bundle up, put your mask on, and bundle up, and you basically gotta walk around in a hazmat suit. And then you gotta go out, you gotta do exactly what you're doing, and then come back. The rules here are not that strict. So I'm utilizing my ability to go out and show things. But again, footwork? Do you need to know how to do footwork? Again, I've got a whole playlist on how to do stuff. It's football. Stuff doesn't change. Do you want to make sure that I'm doing it? I tell you, my bands are in the other room. My push-up bar things are right there. And I sit down in that little spot in between that shelf and the bed, and I do push-ups and I do my squats, and I make sure to tip things on the top of that bed because they're, you know, like, and that's part of the idea that frustrates me is people give, hi, you should do this. Okay, that's a pretty broad topic. Okay. And like, it makes it feel like people don't think they have the power to change things. Like, that's my frustration, is that people don't change. They're not trying to change because that's the way it's always been. That's just the way it's going to do. And I don't know why people don't think they have the power to affect things. Is it because they have been bred and trained through schooling that they are powerless to do anything? Or do they have such a negative complex about themselves that they cannot change anything? So, and again, I don't know. And I pretty much ranted. I've talked about novelty. I've talked about progression, moving forward, don't being stagnant, novelty, new things. Again, I can't do it. I'm not being able to do it all the time. Just like everybody else's life, my pandemic is boring, and we are hitting the 1-year anniversary. I'm just wrapping this up in the end here. If it's for if you guys want football education stuff, I've got a playlist for that. If you want to watch suit up stuff, I've got stuff for that. I don't have the ability to suit up right now. I mean, I've got all my gear here at the house, but it's, what's it gonna do? There's nothing cool to look at. It's a blue, it's just the, there's probably a very small group of people that subscribe to this channel that are looking for more adult things out of the suit up videos. And I can't. Yeah. But that's that. I'm gonna go clean the bathroom. That's why I'm in such an icky shirt and icky pants. I gotta dive down into that heat exchanger, and I gotta make sure that all the comes out. I'm getting long hair, so like every time I shower, I can see it shedding, and Aaron's hair is getting long, so it's kind of falling out, and it's just, all you straight boys out there, you know how your mom or your girlfriend has so much hair clogging up the drain. Well, can you imagine 2 guys, especially Aaron, who's kind of hairy? Anyway, I'm just trying to get with like novelty and keep things moving forward, because the world is not in a place like that. Everybody's driving themselves crazy because their life is the same old boring shit over and over. I don't really want to see someone else's boring shit over and over. That's because, but it's not. It's someplace you haven't been. And after a fashion, the reflection is that, hey look, you're on the other side of the world and you're still experiencing the same boring shit as me. That's a little bit of commiseration, I guess. But with the amount of like happiness that can come from seeing that is weird. And the fact that there are like different products here. Matt, Zachary, you guys give great comments, and I do take into account other stuff, but some people, like, if I don't, without feedback, I don't know much of anything. And when it comes down to what you want to see about footwork or something, I need a little bit more, I guess. Then I gotta go find some place that isn't gonna violate COPPA. Whatever. I'm gonna go clean the bathroom.